Alrighty, so just got finished up with my trading session for the day. Bit of a longer session for me. There wasn't really any opportunities this morning that I liked. Eventually, I saw a nice setup on ES that kind of came out of nowhere, and it ended up working out pretty well. So as you can see, I took one trade today, ended up making around $333 and 15 of my PA Apex accounts. So in total, made around $5,000 in profit today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go over the trade, why I took it, and all that good stuff. So anyways, first off is I want to go over to my trading plan. And keep in mind, this trade I took did not follow my trading plan, but this is a trade I took in the afternoon. So I got all kinds of new information, probably around 4 hours of new data that I can make a new plan around. All right. So this plan was at 6 in the morning, very early when the market first opened. And I was originally watching for oil. I wanted to see longs on oil. And oil was actually what I wanted to trade today. But as you can see, if I go over to here, and the only time I got confirmation was on this candle. As you can see, this green line past the top line right here. I knew I was looking for longs. This is my confirmation, but I would have had to enter way up here, right? So basically the whole trade happened in one candle. So it was kind of just too late at that point. We got a nice pullback, which I wanted to take this, but again, the RMAC confirmation just wasn't there. Never crossed the top line. I think this big candle kind of messed with the RMAC. So that was just unfortunate. And then going over to gold, I was also looking for longs. I want to see us hold above the 27.55. So if we look at the gold chart, this trade actually played out if I would have looked at it longer. Typically, I don't like to trade gold or oil commodities after 10:30 Eastern time. So if we go under gold, basically I was looking at this level right here. I knew I was looking for longs. The trend was up. For those who don't know, I only trade with the trend and I get in on the pullbacks. And this is kind of where we opened up. I wanted us to get above this resistance level and then basically turn into new support. As you can see, we got above it and then we dipped down and then we're back in this choppy range, right? I didn't want to take trades in this choppy range. It just felt more risky. It felt like it could go either way. As you can see, we got above it again, but at this point, it was already way past 10:30 Eastern time. But we eventually got the run up where we held above 27.55 and then we ripped up past it. So the market structure just wasn't as clean as I wanted, or I guess it just took longer than I wanted it to. But anyways, so I wasn't able to take that plan. And then that's the only plans I had in the morning. Now, like I said, I took this trade way later in the day, so I got all kinds of new information to make a new plan. And this is on ES today. So if I go over to ES, basically this trade I took was this run up right here. So let me go ahead and just mark my actual trade real quick. So essentially I went long right at 885. I had my stop below this low. So that would be right there. So this is what my trade looked like on yesterday. As you can see, it was a super clean, simple trade. So essentially my thought process behind this, again, I'm only trading with the trend. When the market opened, the trend was down. So I was originally thinking, okay, we can play shorts today. But then if we zoom out to the 30-minute time frame, we can see the past week or so, we had a pretty big demand zone down here, right? You can see every time we come down to this level, we tend to bounce up. We tend to go up, right? So I don't want to short near a demand zone. Okay, that's just counterintuitive. So that's one of my rules. I don't want to short in a support area, right? That doesn't make sense. So that's why I didn't even have a plan on ES, because it just didn't even make sense to trade it, right? I couldn't go long. I couldn't go short. Long was against the trend, and short, we're in a demand zone. So basically what happened, since I saw no other opportunities, right, I noticed that we started forming an uptrend, right? We slowly started forming an uptrend. We got above VWAP, and I really just wanted to hold above this level, which basically lined up with the VWAP. And as you can see, we're holding it. Now, I could have entered here. The reason why I didn't enter here is because it kind of closed at this main support level or resistance level. So this is acting as resistance pretty much all morning. So I just wasn't as comfortable trading it. The trade I liked more, which I kind of planned for, this doesn't always happen, but I end up setting up, is something like this, right? I love taking old resistance turn new support, right, for going long. So for example, basically I had my zone drawn here, right? And I could just draw this zone before any of this price action even happened, right? And so I knew that if we got above this level, there's a potential that we can get a little pullback to it, and this old resistance will become new support. As you can see, the RMAC dropped down to this red line. And then once we start bouncing off of it, I got my confirmation candle here, and I essentially entered the trade. I was risking around 4 points, so I wasn't risking much on this trade. And then from there, I was trying to ride it up to this next resistance level. Okay, so this is way up here. This is like our pre-market high and close to yesterday's highs. And typically on ES, I like to trim every 5 points. So I entered at 885. I trimmed at 890, right? And then I trimmed again at 95. So that was 10 points total. Was able to take a half trim at 90 and the rest of the position off up at that 95, getting close to this resistance level. So everything about this kind of just made sense. Again, it's hard to see that an opportunity like this would happen, especially when the market's first opening, because you don't really know what's going to do. So that's why I didn't really have a plan, because there was no opportunities I saw. Once we started developing that market structure, then it started to make sense on, a setup I could potentially look for. So anyways, that was my trade for the day. It's unfortunate I couldn't take any of the gold or the oil plans I had set this morning, but luckily was able to find something as the day went on. So anyways, guys, that's how I end up making around 5,000 profit today in my Apex accounts. And real quick before you guys go, I want to let you know that I trade live every single day on Zoom, Monday through Friday. So if you're sick of trading alone, you think trading live with me every single morning would be helpful for you, you can ask me questions on here, see my exact entries, where I exit the trade, all that good stuff. I want to let you know that we're running a free 7-day trial. If you want to join us on those live trading sessions every single day, it's only available for Inner Circle members. Like I said, right now we're running that free 7-day trial. So if you're sick of trading alone and you want to test run it for the next week and see if it helps you inside your trading, I want to let you know about the 7-day trial we got going on. If you're interested, all you have to do is go over to the first link in the description below this video, or just head over to this link right here. That being said, guys, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at market open for another day of trading. So anyways, guys, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you then.